are getting set, closing in on Selection Sunday, just 3 days from now. We're getting into the meat of the conference tournaments and bid stealing and teams staying alive. And no bigger drama than revolves around Miami of Ohio. And who knew that in a college basketball season as good as this one, where powerhouses are at the top and the top 25, littered through the top 25, it's been a great season. Who knew that little Miami of Ohio, the Redhawks, were going to be such the controversy? Well, controversy because they lost today in the MAC tournament, so their previously undefeated season now has a blemish. They will not win the MAC, and now it's become controversial whether or not they even get selected for the NCAA tournament. I saw some models say right now, now there's still 3 days left to go, but right now the model has them at nearly a 40% chance of getting in, which is insane because we talked about this earlier in the show. They're the 20th ranked team in the country, right? I get that, yeah, did they play the toughest schedule? No, and for me to defend a mid-major, I never defend mid-majors. I never do that. But they still, at some point, you have to understand that records matter. Your record matters, right? And the big question all of this revolves around Auburn and Bruce Pearl, and nobody was talking about Miami of Ohio not making the tournament except till Bruce Pearl said a team like Auburn, coached by his son, needs to get into the NCAA tournament. And then it's like all of a sudden it was like, yeah, Miami of Ohio, they stink. They haven't played anybody. Yeah, they got to get out of the tournament. Like, whoa, nobody was talking about this, and now it's a front burner topic. And now Auburn will have to sweat things out because they lost today. They'll finish their season at 17-16 and hope for an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament.
Now, Bruce Pearl was very vocal courtside, in support of his son and the team today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Screaming at fans and things I can't say on the radio.
But he was also flipped his position on Miami of Ohio. Oh, Miami of Ohio, of course they deserve to make the tournament. No. Can't unring the bell you rang. You were the guy that rang the bell. You can't say, I'm sorry, I'm unringing the bell. No. Now, look, we talked about this earlier in the show. Miami of Ohio has to make the tournament. You don't go from being the 20th ranked team to out of the tournament. And I know it's different, that the selection committee is different from the top 25, but you don't go from being ranked 20th to being out of the tournament, especially when that's not going to drop you that much. You're not going to drop 20th to 40th. You're going to drop maybe to 20th to 25th because other teams in the top 25 are going to lose in their conference tournament, so they're not going to suddenly all drop out. They deserve to get there. And remember, it's a television show. And that's what people forget about the NCAA tournament. The NCAA tournament is a TV show. What's good TV? Putting Miami of Ohio on TV to see how good they are. Tell me that's not the game that unless you're watching your team play, and me being a Syracuse fan, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
That's true.
Unless you're watching your team play, you're watching Miami of Ohio, right? You're watching the Redhawks. You're watching them play. Okay, are they good enough? Because the NCAA would have a little bit of sense of humor putting them up against teams. They would put them up. They wouldn't say, well, you're going to play another team that won this guy. No. They'd be up against Power 5 team, right? It's a TV show, and they're good television. And this is where I could solve everything. I could solve it all right now, right? Because everybody is talking after the game. Stephen Pearl, head coach of Auburn, said, yeah, we saw Miami of Ohio. Boy, hey, I think they had a great year. Being undefeated's undefeated, but they had a quad 4 loss today. And I'm like, wow, so now you're kind of sticking the knife in too. Records have to count. And you can't just say we had great wins because Auburn's had great wins. They got quad 1 wins. They got quad 2 wins. That counts. But you can't just say only the wins count. No, the losses count too. It's not like we only count the wins. What's your record? 4. 4 and what? Just 4. We won 4 games. But you've lost 9. Yeah, we don't count those. We just count the games that won, right? That's what everybody wants to do when they make the argument is this, the games we won. Forget about the fact that Auburn went 3-9 in their last 12 games, right? And they have 16 losses. They shouldn't be in the tournament. The record has to matter at some point, right? It's got to matter. So for a team that's they didn't play a great schedule, but they're still 31-1. Auburn played a tougher schedule, 17-16. They're a 500 team, right? For me to defend a mid-major tells me that I really believe they should get in. But this is why I'm a problem solver.
You're a problem solver.
I'm a problem solver. Ready for this?
The 17-16, I think, did it for me. But go ahead.
But here's what. I make everybody happy. And I mean, I make Miami of Ohio happy. I make Auburn happy. I make the fans happy.
You make Auburn happy.
I make everybody happy. You ready? Here's how you do it.
Okay, sure.
Here's how you do it. Play-in round, first 4, Miami of Ohio versus Auburn.
Just have it right off, made for TV.
Put it on. That's the only game. That could be a standalone game. You could add an extra night just by having that. And Bruce Pearl gets to broadcast the game. So there's that too. Bruce Pearl gets to broadcast the game with Ron Harper and Wally Serbiak.
See, I thought you were going to
There's
put him in
game.
a cage above the court, and he has to watch it like it's one of those crazy WWE.
I like that too, man.
Or,
I like that.
Mid-South
in the gondola.
back in the day.
Oh yeah, we go to Bruce Pearl live in the gondola. I don't know. I'm scared out of my mind up here. I can't see anything. All right, thanks, Bruce.
He's
Let's
in
go
the
back to
elimination chamber,
Yeah.
hoisted high above the court. No, I like the cut of your jib. Look, and I know people are
Let's do
going
it.
Ken Palm rankings 83 to 90, depending on where the math is falling out today. All of these things, and I get it. There's not that sexy win on their schedule. They were 31-0.
Yeah.
Right. There's the extrapoints.com guy who worked for SB Nation. He did the Freedom of Information saying, all right, what did the AD look? He tried to schedule games against would-be great teams. They all said to beat it.
Yeah.
We don't have time
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tried, asked and answered, and then you go out and you play the schedule as best you can. To your point, it's a TV show because we have all these great blue blood programs, right? We just watched North Carolina lose on a last-second heave to Clemson. Weren't able to finish it. Duke escapes earlier. All of these great games. And all of those teams in the top 25, except for Syracuse and Northwestern lost today. Not that we're a blue blood, but they're my team.
If you could have played Indiana again, you would have won.
We would have. We did play an Indiana team.
If you could have just played Indiana every game all the way through, you would have won the Big Ten.
Yeah, they bludgeoned. Purdue bludgeoned the Wildcats today. But all of that to say, it's a TV show. There's 68 teams.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams. Again, 37 at large.
37?
In a row. In a row, no question. But you can't make room for these guys. The only team that anybody is hearing about, you go to fill out the bracket. What have you heard about all these other teams? Nothing. But you heard of Miami, Ohio this year. You heard of this plight. And if nothing else, in the last week, there's been enough video memes about Bruce Pearl that you at least have them in your subconsciousness as you get ready to fill out your bracket starting Sunday afternoon. So, yeah, I like that. A made-for-TV matchup on True TV on a Tuesday night. Let's go.
When you remember it's a TV show, suddenly things get a little bit different. Not that you suddenly say, well, I'll take a really questionable Indiana team that lost to Northwestern over some team. But understand that Miami of Ohio, this is the team that everybody is talking about. Are you not going to have them in the tournament? I mean, really, you're not going to have them in the tournament? This is like when Force Awakens, when they start out and oh my, look, Captain Phasma. Oh my God, look how cool Captain Phasma. Here's this chrome stormtrooper. Gwendolyn Christie is voicing her. Oh my goodness, Captain Phasma. Oh my God, I'm all in on Captain Phasma. Barely in it, and then they killed her off quickly in the second one. She was the coolest villain you had.
Dude, it's like Darth Maul.
How do
the
you
most
kill her
overrated
off?
villain in history.
Yeah, well, he came back as a spider, though.
Yeah, but not in the movies.
No, but he still came back as
That's great.
I mean, I'm sorry, half a spider.
Many years later.
Half man, half spider.
But think about all the marketing for when that movie
Maul,
great.
I mean,
and all these years later, and Liam Neeson's still pissed. Why do you think he's doing all these movies where he's, seeking vengeance? Because he got screwed in a lightsaber fight. He was supposed to be the great master and got fooled by the old, hey, here's a shot to the gut. No good.
I mean, really, are they really going to be left out? Are you really going to leave out a team that everybody wants to see? Everybody wants to see. It's not like people want to see them win. People want to see it like as a social experiment. Okay, let's see what a 31-1 MAC team that didn't play anybody. Let's just see how good these mid-majors are. This is more than just, here's a team that we think should get in. This is a big social experiment.
But that's just it, right? On one side, you got all the folks. You got to let the little guy in. We're doing it for Dawson. We're doing it for. We're supposed to protect him. I mean, and then on the other side, if they go and get bludgeoned, everybody that says they don't belong at the party can put up more barriers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you need to put him in and give him a high seed. Nobody cares about that. But you can put him, and you put him in the first four if you want to. Again.
I like your made
put
for
Auburn
TV.
in
That's
there.
a good move.
Tell me you could just say, we're gonna extend the first four. We're going to play tomorrow night. But usually we get a time to travel to. No. We'll tell you. Look, we'll tell you guys because you guys are both out of your tournaments. They'll make the announcement Saturday. Auburn and Miami of Ohio will play a standalone game, Madison Square Garden, Monday night. There you go. Monday night, we're extending it, and we're extending it. First 4, then other.
We
Tuesday,
do that
Wednesday.
early, and then it goes straight into Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah. Or into a Knicks game, or instead of the Knicks game.
Yeah.
Or, but, I mean, really, I mean that's how this is going to get solved. I mean, to understand that the NCAA knows we're not going to leave this team out, because if they do leave them out, there's going to be way more of a criticism. And the NCAA gets criticized every year.
No matter
like
what,
no matter what they do. But you're going to look at the lion's share of people who are going to say, how do you leave them out and not give them a chance when all they've done for the past 20 years since Butler made it to back-to-back NCAA championships is let's put the mid-majors in. Oh, now we're standing up on principle that this team that lost 1 game, so you're telling me 31-0 is okay, but lose 1 game and you're out? I mean, come on, man. Of course they're getting in. Of course they're getting in.
And if they're terrible, they're terrible. And everybody gets to laugh and point like Nelson Muntz and say, ha-ha. And we all move on.
No matter how terrible they are, just know Syracuse is more terrible.
Yeah, we're not getting it. You could expect. Well, let's look at. We were 15-17, and Auburn
Jim
was 17
Boeheim beat
and
your
16.
Stars 1-on-1 today.
Dude,